Coming up in today's video, the Sea Monkey Friendship Locket Necklace. Hey guys, it's John here. Welcome back to the channel where I explore the microcosmos of sea monkeys and other instant pets. Today I'm going to do an unboxing and review of this rare and discontinued sea monkey set, the Friendship Locket Kit. This item was released by Train Science in 2002. It features a pink ocean zoo tank, which in itself is a unique colour, but what's really special about this set is the Friendship Locket that it also comes with. The locket is a small necklace with a hollow dome, which allows you to put some of your sea monkeys inside for a few hours, so you can take them out and wear them around your neck. It's very similar to the Sea Monkey's aquarium watch, which came out a few years earlier, though instead of a necklace, the watch was a mini aquarium worn on your wrist. The history of sea monkey necklaces didn't start with this product here though. In fact, for this story, we need to go back a few years to the early days of sea monkeys. It was 1966 when the company's creator, Harold von Braunhut, had the novel idea to release a product allowing people to wear their sea monkeys in a necklace. It was the first item of this kind, and he called it the Living Sea Gem. Just like other sea monkey products during this time period, it was commonly advertised in comic books. Though unlike other sea monkey products aimed at children, the Sea Gem was marketed towards women as a beautiful piece of jewellery which also showed off their brine shrimp. It's obviously a very odd idea, but super interesting nonetheless. The Living Sea Gem was made of glass and had a golden cap adorning the top, which you can see being beautifully modelled on the box art by Yolanda von Braunhut, Harold's wife, who still owns the company today. 10 years later in 1979, the Living Sea Gem got a refresh and reissue, this time being called the Sea Bubble. The packaging read, "Date with it, dance with it, put 'em in here and go go go." I don't even really know where to start with this. Marketing in the 70s and 80s was absolutely wild. The Living Sea Gem received a reincarnation one more time with this, Exploratory's Sea Monkey Friendship Locket. The feminine theme which started in the 60s has been continued with the pink colour, though the design has changed a fair bit and it's now made of plastic rather than glass. These sets are very hard to find these days because they've not been sold for 20 years. I was very fortunate to be gifted this one from my good friend Todd Machin. Todd currently works as an illustrator for sea monkeys, so you've likely seen some of his incredible artwork on the packaging for the newer kits, such as these on the Ocean Treasure Tank and on the 2022 Sea Monkeys calendar. Todd, if you're watching this, thanks again for the awesome gift. This video wouldn't have been possible without your generosity and insight into the history of this unique product. The box art for this is simple but really nice. The grow 'em show 'em graphics remind me of the old 70s put 'em in here and go 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 tagline, a nice callback. It says the necklace comes with 3 different backgrounds, or you can choose your own photo. I'll definitely play around with this a little bit later. The back gives us instructions in English, Spanish and French. I love the illustrations that are shown on the right hand side here. I noticed that the picture for number 2 of the sea monkey using the aqua leash is the same one used in the instructions for the wrist aquarium watch, which is a cool link between the two products. It's time to open this up and have a good look at everything inside. Like all sea monkey tanks, this comes with the 3 packets we need to start a sea monkey colony. Because they're 20 years old, I'd say the eggs are almost certainly non-viable after all this time. But it doesn't look like these have absorbed any moisture, which is a sign that Todd has kept them in a nice and dry environment. So at the end of this video, I'll set up the tank and we can see if we can get any of these ancient eggs to hatch. The aqua leash that comes in here is also a great aeration tool, but the main reason it's been included with this kit is as a means to transport your sea monkeys from their tank into the necklace. I wish these were standard issue for all Ocean Zoo kits, but I guess excluding it helps to keep costs down. The tank itself is a regular Ocean Zoo in the unique pink colourway, which is really cool. The newer Ocean Zoo tanks have a small gap in the plastic here to accommodate a zip tie, but this hole makes it a little easier for water to spill out of the tank, so I personally have a slight preference for this older design. As always, we have an instruction manual included with this kit, but also an old favourite of mine, the Perfect Procedures for Perfect Pets Handbook. This little booklet gives you a bunch of great information about keeping sea monkeys, and some fun little illustrations that I really love too. I've heard a rumour that an updated version of this handbook will be coming out with future sea monkey kits, so keep an eye out for that. The locket necklace features a light pink faux leather strap. It's not particularly long, but I guess it wasn't really designed for men my age. This small pink latch allows you to take it apart and then put it back together. The necklace itself has a clear dome, which simply rotates to come off its base. 2 rubber stoppers give access to this domed compartment, though I have no idea why there are 2 of them. My yellow 1997 Sea Monkey watch is a similar concept, and that works fine with just a single rubber stopper. For whatever reason they decided to go with the double plug design again in this 2015 iteration of the watch. The base of the necklace locket has a cardboard disc illustration of a sea monkey peering through some green foliage. As I mentioned earlier, these can be switched out for one of the other 2 options that were included in here. One has a graphic of a flower, and the other says sea monkeys on it. Changing the picture is easy, as it just means swapping one out for the other. I'm going to try using a cutout of Todd's sea monkey illustration from the Ocean Treasure artwork to adorn my locket. All I had to do here was use one of the included background options and trace around it on top of Todd's artwork to get the size right, and then it was as simple as cutting it out. It's now time to test the necklace. I have an Ocean Volcano tank here that I've had running for a few months now, and it has plenty of adult brine shrimp. Most of the sea monkeys you can see in here are second generation, but some from the first generation are still alive and kicking. The necklace enclosure is quite small, so I'll only put a few of them in here and only for a couple of minutes, just for the purposes of this video. The instructions say it's alright to leave them in here for up to 18 hours, but I feel like that's probably a bit too long. I still don't entirely know how I feel about these portable pet products. On one hand, I find the novelty really interesting, but as someone who tries my best to give these guys the most comfortable life I can, I don't really like the idea of keeping them so confined for extended periods of time. I doubt it bothers the sea monkeys too much though. Their capacity to experience emotional discomfort is likely minimal at best. After carefully adding a few of them into the locket with the aqua leash, I just need to put the rubber stopper back onto the bottom and then twist the domed enclosure back onto its base. And presto, here it is. After 20 years of waiting, the Sea Monkey Friendship Locket has finally been blessed with its first sea monkey residence. As unusual as this product is, I do really enjoy watching them swim around once they're in here. Their behaviour doesn't really seem to change either. They basically just swim around happily as they always do, which is a good sign. I decided to put a mating pair in there to spice things up a little bit too, and they didn't seem bothered with their new enclosure. Putting them back into the tank is a little more challenging. I tried using the provided aqua leash, but it was much too large to fit into the hole. Instead I had to use one of my narrower pipettes that did a good job at sucking them out. After that you can just transfer the rest of the water back into their tank too. It's a good idea to give the locket a rinse with fresh water afterwards to wash all of the excess salt out, because I can imagine that dried salt isn't too good for the longevity of the rubber stoppers. I've spent a fair bit of time working as a photographer on various ships over the years, and I can tell you that salt will manage to ruin everything if you're not vigilant with rinsing your gear off after it's been exposed to salt water. Alright, so now it's time to test out the 20-year-old eggs that came with this kit. Firstly, I'm going to fill the pink Ocean Zoo with distilled water, because in my experience, that's what usually works best. Next I need to add in the purified water and egg sachets. Those of you familiar with my channel will know that I don't bother waiting the suggested 24 hours in between adding these two packets, because I don't think it's necessary if you've used good quality distilled water like I have. After dissolving all of the salts, I just need to wait. It usually takes 1 to 2 days for the babies to hatch, so I'll leave them on my windowsill next to the Ocean Zoo tank, and check back in with you guys in a couple of days. Okay, here we are now 48 hours later. Usually by now I would see somewhere around 10 to 20 babies swimming about in the tank, but after having a hard look, I can't see any at all. So I'm going to go ahead and guess that these eggs are probably no longer viable. Some brine shrimp eggs can take up to a week to hatch though, so I'm not going to give up hope on the tank just yet. I'll pin a comment down in the comment section updating you guys if I do see any life in the tank, so I'll keep my fingers crossed in the meantime that something hatches within the next week. Thanks for coming on this nostalgic journey with me into the history of sea monkeys. If you're interested in picking up a sea monkey kit of your own, I've included an Amazon affiliate link down in the description with a whole lot of different tank options and some useful accessories that will really help your sea monkey colony live long and happy lives. Any purchases made through this link will give me a small commission, which really helps out the channel and also allows me to continue making content like this for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel so you don't miss future uploads. I'm always happy to answer your sea monkey related questions too, so feel free to ask those in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one.